Speaking of 100-hour RPG, you know, Rockstar Games is known for a lot of different games, but primarily these days they're known for Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption. But back in my day, because I'm old, they used to make a lot of other games like Manhunt, Rockstar Table Tennis, and they also made a little game known as Bully. Now, since the release of Bully, people have been begging Rockstar to make a Bully 2, but for some reason, they just keep making Grand Theft Auto. And by for some reason, I mean, it's because it makes a shit ton of money. So why would they take a risk on that game? Now, I'm not here to let everybody know. Oh yeah, they made Max Payne. They made Max Payne 3. They didn't make Max Payne. They made Max Payne 3 because they got the license. But Max Payne 1 and 2 was a different studio. I'm not here to let everybody know that Bully is back, but I did see something interesting come across my For You page on Twitter for Bully fans that you might be interested in. And specifically, what I'm talking about is, according to this tweet, after years of development, I'm glad to finally announce that Bully Online is happening.
Into oblivion.
Shout out to Big Mop with the sub. It will include mini games, roleplay, free roam, and a tons of exclusive content made by fans for the fucking fans. We'll be unveiling the trailer plus some gameplay. Here's the trailer. This dropped yesterday. So this is from the mod community. It's 8 minutes. 82,000 views in 20 hours. How would this even work? I'd imagine you need a copy of the game on PC. Now you can get online and bully people. NPCs included. Need that T Grizzly servers. Multiplayer mischief. They got boxing before EA. Take pictures with your friends. Roleplay and click madness. Holy smokes. You get to create your own character?
Trying to get in good with us? Amusing! Yeah!
Loser pants!
You wanna go?
You don't have a chance! Team Nerd for the win!
Sandbox mayhem! Wow, this doesn't look good. Can't wait to not play it. All right. This is for the Bully fans. It's not necessarily for you. You don't want to play as a big ass rat? Y'all saw that shit? Look at that. You don't want to play as a big ass rat? That's a Cleveland rat right there. After years of radiation. Oh, excuse me. That's not a Cleveland rat. That's a Cleveland puppy. My bad. That's a puppy. Yeah, I'm good. I don't want to traumatize myself. Long 9 minutes for this feels excessive. Custom vehicles. Yeah, I'm curious to like how the community will take to this long term. I feel like if you're a super Bully fan, you're gonna enjoy this for maybe a day or two. They got shooting games in it, but I don't know if people will play this months down the road. Did an 18-hour shift. Sheesh. You know, a little Mario Kart. Streamers hopping on this? Nah, I don't think streamers will hop on this because Bully is a gamer's game. And the average streamer is not a gamer. They play streamer games. It's different. They play games to optimize their viewership, but they don't actually enjoy the culture. This is for hardcore Bully fans. Bully on fucking line. Now, what's the rest of this goddamn trailer? That was only 2 minutes. Made it seem like it was the end of it.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Swegta, in case you're new.
Oh, he about to yap. I don't care. We got the rest of it. That's why it's 9 minutes. When is this supposed to come out? Please consider supporting us. Not an artist. No release date. No release date. I don't know. If you're interested in it, I thought I just shared because, you know, I know there are some people that constantly bring Bully up in the chat. I thought it was worth sharing at least. Cool stuff that appears on the timeline. It's cool to see people keep games alive in their own way. This reminds me of the multiplayer mod for Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, where the multiplayer makes it an entirely different game. But I'm a fan and I don't want to play it. Hey, somebody will. Listen, it got 80,000 views. Somebody want to play. Look at the comments. Y'all hating. Y'all are fucking hating. This might be the best thing to happen to the bully community. I didn't know there was a bully community. You can download it right now. Oh shit. Now this is cyberbullying. Oh boy, Take-Two is gonna love this. Yeah, if anything, I think they should be worried about Rockstar and Take-Two taking this shit down. You and the team have saved Bully's online community. I didn't know there was an online community considering this was a PS2 game before YouTube. Said, damn right we hating. But hey, it's an option. I was just sharing it. Y'all niggas hating, bro. Y'all fucking hating. Let's move on, bro. Bully Online. There it is. It seems the rumors are true that Battlefield is doing a BR, and we will be checking it out today. It's called Battlefield Redsec, and the official gameplay trailer has dropped. It is free to play, meaning you do not need to own Battlefield 6 to play it. You can download it on Steam, PlayStation, Xbox right now. 100 players with duos and quads at launch. It has Levolution. Circle is a near insta kill, so you cannot be camping outside the circle. And Redsec is also fully available in Portal, including the entire Fort Lauderdale map. Let's check out the trailer. Am I playing Arc Raiders? I might. You know, it's funny. I wasn't, but I might end up playing it because yesterday I got an email literally like 5 minutes after my stream ended, and I got offered a free copy of the game. So I might try it out for like one stream and see how I like it. We'll see. But I also got a copy of Ninja Gaiden sitting in my email too.
Approaching the drop zone. Expect heavy resistance as you enter the redacted sector.
The redacted sector. So that's what Redsec stands for. It's short for redacted sector.
Good hunting.
Let's gingerfy some Tupac. This how I know this shit gonna be trash. It don't even got Travis Scott. This shit don't got Fiend. Instead, they put gingerfied Tupac in here, bro. Where's Fiend at?
Let me welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West, a state that's untouchable like Elliot Ness.
No copyright, no copyright, no copyright.
We in that sunshine state where the bomb ass hit beat. Smoking and grinding like a slow jam. It's West Side.
Fiend, are we right?
No man, say what you say. Give me that bomb. Let me serenade the streets of LA. From Oakland and Sacktown, from Bay Area and Blacktown. Cali is with it, but they neck down.
What do you mean? I gotta go to liberal California. Smog is accurate. Where are you at in this game, TBH? What does that mean? Where am I? Play it free for now. I think what's gonna save this is the fact that
New pair of running shoes. I'll need
they kept the destruction in it.
Her name is Amy.
I feel like the last time they did BR, it was super generic. I forgot which one it was, but it was super generic. But them keeping the BR in here, the core Battlefield experience, I think that's what's gonna make it different. So people won't be able to camp as much. You could just blow up the whole fucking building if you wanted to, and just collapse the building if you know somebody's there. I just don't know how long this will last. I feel like if this does last a long time, it won't be because of Battlefield fans. It'll be because COD fiends hate Call of Duty, and they finally found the new fix to scratch that Warzone itch. But I don't know if I'm the demographic for this. Yo, Salvage Savage Raccoon with the $10 super chat. He said, Fiend. The core Battlefield players will, yeah, I feel like the core will stay on multiplayer, but it feels like what they're doing here, it could appeal to the Call of Duty fans. Yo, shout out to Vaughn with the sub.
I resubscribe to, and that's Sonic's BBC.
I feel like youngsters are gonna think that's AI music, not knowing that's a nostalgic song. I don't think anybody's gonna think that's AI. Yo, shout out to NJ Urban with the sub, appreciate it. If if they do, well, stream streak, my bad. If they do, they wasn't raised right. We losing recipes, but I don't think anybody would think that's AI. I played a little earlier. I'm definitely telling my niggas to hop on. I'm sorry I fell victim. Hey, I mean, it's free, you know, as long as y'all ain't spending excessive amounts of money on skins. What the store looking like? I ain't seen nothing in here about it. Is there a store here for skins and shit? Because why else would they make a free-to-play component spinoff if they're not going to monetize it? That's what I'm worried about. What the store looking like? If there's a battle pass. To do a California wildfire as a circle is an interesting take. Yo, chill. So yeah, that's that. We're gonna hop on that a little bit later, see what that's about. We got more news involving Halo's Campaign Evolved, which for those unaware, it's a remake of Halo Combat Evolved. It will not feature multiplayer. That's why they're calling it Campaign Evolved. When I talked about this last time on stream, I uploaded it to Hokage highlights, and like half the comment section was pissed off from me. I don't think it was regular viewers. It was just people looking for Halo news. They were like, you don't know the difference between a remaster and a remake. I think I might have been calling it a remaster by accident. Who cares? I'm not going to buy this shit anyways. It's a lot of cope going on in the Halo community because they're trying to gas this shit after the first impression is dropped on this fucking 20-year-old game with a dropping frame rate. But anyways, Halo Combat Evolved developer explains why there's no multiplayer. A Halo Campaign Evolved developer has revealed the reason why the remake doesn't include any PvP multiplayer. While players still are able to enjoy up to 4-player campaign co-op and Halo Campaign Evolved, the series' typical multiplayer offerings won't be featured here. When Halo's Campaign Evolved was first announced, many were shocked to see it didn't feature multiplayer. Over the years, it has become a defining part of the Halo experience, so to ship the game, even a remake, without it feels strange. However, it's worth noting that the original Halo Combat Evolved on Xbox still supported LAN multiplayer, while Campaign Evolved has nothing of that sort. Yeah, it is. Them trying to make excuses for this. I don't know why, because I'm not going to lie. When I think of Halo 1, I don't think about the story. The first thing that comes to mind for me is Blood Gulch, one of the greatest maps, probably top 10 multiplayer map of all time. I don't think about the campaign. Obviously, it was great. It was classic, but like the first thing that comes to mind to me is Blood Gulch. I don't think about the fucking campaign. So for it not to be included when it's right there, it would have made even more money. I don't know. First, you guys took out the couch co-op, and now there's no multiplayer. You guys want people to experience this classic game for the first time ever because it's coming to PlayStation, but then you're not even giving the full experience. Why would I want to do this when I can just go play the original one that has the full experience? But anyways. Why doesn't Halo's Campaign Evolved have multiplayer? Speaking of Windows Central, executive producer Damon Kahn was asked about why the focus was put on Halo's Campaign Evolved campaign in the remake. In the age of multiplayer shooters, it's a bold move. We're not trying to replace what is a masterpiece in the original. We're trying to basically make something that stands kind of shoulder to shoulder with it, using new tools, new energy to get a little bit of a fresh take on some things, but honoring the legacy. That's a terrible answer. You wanted to make something that stands shoulder to shoulder by removing half of the fucking game? Just because the game is slightly shinier? Khan said, who would have made a comment on the importance of getting features like crossplay, cross progression right alongside 4-player online co-op? Yo, shout out to Majestic 7 with the sub. Appreciate it. Yeah, fuck out of here, 343. We are sick of you. Fire, I'm telling you. It's Halo Studios now, guys. It's different. So yes, it's a campaign experience, but it's not only a single player experience. And Halo has always been about reconnecting, a strong sense of community, and then also telling those stories and sharing those experiences together. And we believe that is where, we're really going to be able to bring people together with this new release, Con finished. So with Halo coming to PlayStation for the first time, priorities are elsewhere, but the developer feels it can still create that sense of togetherness that the series is legendary for fostering and makes sense, they said. I'm gonna give you my theory. And by the way, this is just a theory. There's no science. There's no proof behind this. This is just me yapping. My theory when it comes to Halo Campaign Evolved is this is being made as a tech demo. The people over at 343 Industries, who recently rebranded as Halo Studios, is not comfortable with Unreal Engine 5 because a lot of developers are just having a hard time optimizing for this platform. So instead of putting out another new entry into the Halo series and pissing off the fans, they wanted to take something that they already have a blueprint with and then work within it within Unreal Engine to recreate it. So I feel like they're using this remake to teach themselves how to use Unreal Engine 5 so that when the next mainline Halo comes out, it'll be optimized out of the gate because they're struggling with these tools right now. This is just a cash grab that they decided. This is just a tech demo that they decided to make some cash on. But I think that's a poor excuse saying that, oh, we think it's going to be shoulder to shoulder with the original. Well, the original had online. The original had Blood Gulch. This does not. So how is it the same? It's not. The woke Engine 5, ding, ding, ding. It should be 40, no more. Yeah, I agree with that. That's the only way you get past this, right? Does anybody know what the pricing on this is going to be? If it's not $70, I'm not going to be mad. If it's on the Game Pass and then you could also buy it for 30, 40 bucks and it's only campaign only with co-op, plus it comes with a pre, that's cool. I think if they're charging 70 though, and they have the nerve to say that there's no multiplayer, they lost their fucking mind. 40's too steep too, especially because it's a remake of a fucking remake. That's what I felt once I saw the trailer. What up, Dip and Saw? It should also be free on PlayStation Plus. Hey, that's not how this works, bro. They have to have a reason for people to come to the Game Pass. If they make it free on PlayStation Plus, then nobody's gonna buy it on PlayStation. You should just be happy that it's on. What's up with PS4 niggas? Y'all never want to buy nothing, man. What's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on? Y'all don't buy Final Fantasy Rebirth. You didn't buy Rise of Ronin. Y'all don't buy nothing except for Grounded 2 for some reason. Y'all loved Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. What's going on with y'all niggas, bro? Yeah, y'all bought Forza. Wow, I want a PS4. I'm just saying that was a PS5. That was kind of a PS4 answer. I'm not gonna lie. You should just be happy it's not gonna be free on PlayStation Plus because PlayStation Plus is a program ran by Sony. It's not a Microsoft program. If it were to come to PlayStation Plus, it's because Sony forked up a lot of money to get it on PlayStation Plus, and Sony's not gonna do that. So instead, you either have the option to get it on Game Pass, buy it for Xbox, or buy it for PS5. I would say just be happy you could buy it. Based on what you're saying is that the studio should have just told the truth that they might be testing the game out on Unreal Engine 5 before going live service. Yeah, I think what they should have did is if they weren't comfortable, I would have preferred transparency. Be like, hey, we're not comfortable working within the Unreal Engine 5. So here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to put together this new Halo campaign involved, 3 new prequel missions plus the first mission, and like 3 multiplayer maps for like $15 so that we can become familiar with the tools and you can get an updated experience. Actually, I don't know if that'll work either. Actually, I don't know what the fuck Microsoft doing. I don't know, because I don't think people will pay for that either. That's too much. This shit is a glorified tech demo. It is what it is. That's fucking funny. Like the more that I said it, I was like, actually, you know what? That's not a good idea. Throw that idea at the chat. That's not a good one, chat. Ain't nobody paying for that shit. But if you wanted to know why they're doing what they're doing, hopefully it'll at least be on Game Pass. So if you've never played Halo before and it's on Game Pass, that's one way to experience it, bro. Surprised they haven't tried to do a BR yet. There was rumors that Halo Infinite was supposed to have a BR, but due to all the backlash with all the lack of content or something like that, it got canned. I wouldn't be surprised if the next one has it. But do you think DC is messing up by introducing the Absolute series in crossovers already like in KO? No, because KO is not like a permanent, it's just an event. And I think everybody understands they're separate universes. What up, monsters? It'll be on Game Pass. I think it had the logo in the trailer. Okay. Don't get why Microsoft is just remaking games they've already remade, because they're out of ideas. The unfortunate thing about capitalism is it's always seeking to make more profit, and it's hard to make profit by taking risks. When you take a risk, you can make great profit, but with high risk, high reward type shit, right? That also means you can get greater losses. So a lot of times with the studios, they just stick to what they know works, and they piss off their fan base, and they end up making no money, period. That's why. It's just they don't want to take risk, corporate risk. Other news, speaking of corporate risks, EA employees are reportedly pissed the fuck off by a mandate to use AI, mocking the policy in Slack and suspecting it's being used as a justification for layoffs. I never played Halo, so this is an opportunity to get into it. Yeah, it's for the few people that haven't played it. The generative AI wave has tech companies foaming at the mouth to get in while it's getting good, and while that might be creating a disastrously huge financial bubble, it's also changing the way companies operate. Microsoft has made it no secret that AI is non-negotiable for its employees, and it seems that EA is following suit, according to a report by Business Insider. The report states that EA's C-suite has spent the past year urging its nearly 15,000 employees to use AI for just about everything. That includes AI training courses, an intro chatbot called Reef GPT, and full-on task automation. One anonymous employee in the report, a former senior QA worker at Respawn Entertainment, said that AI was able to perform a key part of his job, reviewing and summarizing feedback from hundreds of playtesters, according to a Business Insider. He was laid off in April, and the report said he suspects AI integration is related. Serious question. People complaining about $30 Game Pass, never heard of CD keys or loaded. I still get Game Pass Ultimate for $16 a month. It's not that people haven't heard of like CD keys, loaded, Kingwin. It's just a lot of people don't support that. You know that shit is illegal, right? Like those type of those gray key sites, they steal shit and then they sell it to you at a certain price. And you may be okay with that. You don't give a fuck, but some people not gonna fuck with that shit, bro. A lot of times the way they get those keys is they pretend to be like content creators and they reach out to companies and shit and they finesse keys and then they sell them at like discounted prices and stuff like that. So some you gotta understand, some people just don't fuck with that shit because they're called gray keys for a reason. The way they get them is sketchy. And then also sometimes with those websites, you may not have been scammed, but a lot of people have gotten scammed. A lot of times they sell the same key multiple times. So somebody will buy something and the key won't work. Allegedly. What was I about to say? Do I play Battlefield? Yes. Yeah, and then you get your account banned type shit. You know what's weird about this AI shit too? Like I feel like a lot of people aren't even like talking about. We're just talking about like the possibility of people losing jobs and stuff like that. What about just the camaraderie and the human element of it all, right? Like everybody needs purpose. Imagine going to a job and everybody no longer communicates with their coworkers. I mean, the coworkers get on my nerves, but like you got to talk to people to some degree. Imagine a world where everybody's just talking to robots. That sounds like a really boring gray life. Just depressing. One anonymous employee in a report, a former senior QA worker at Respawn Entertainment, said that, oh wait, we already read that part. The generative AI tools necessarily improve workflow seems like a dubious proposition. An Upwork study found that 77% of workers reported that AI tools added to their workload despite confidence from leadership. Yeah, because now you got to go from doing it just yourself to now you got to put these prompts in and hope it gives you the right fucking answer. And a lot of times AI be hallucinating. That's why you can't rely on that shit. That checks out with the Business Insider report, which notes that Reef GPT was prone to hallucinations and wrote bad code that had to be corrected. Damn, I didn't even think of that. So it's writing code that don't even work, and then you got to go in there and fix it. So now you're doing more work. The same report shares a candid moment from an EA Slack channel where a meme was posted mocking the C-suite's directionless insistence on AI and raked in laughing emojis. I think the weird thing about corporations being so quick to try to adopt AI technology on mass scale is this stuff is relatively unproven. Like I said earlier, like a lot of times this shit hallucinates. That's why you always got to double check whenever it says something to you, if it's true or not. And for them to try to scale it on a massive corporate level without like another 10 to 20 years of research on how this technology is going to affect the field is just incredibly dangerous, because it could end up fucking over the corporation in the long term. And then everybody, like, you're so greedy now, everybody lost their job because the AI is fucking up the efficiency across the board. Yeah, they're taking a risk using it long term while decreasing human. Yeah, there's no positive to this. There's no positive to this. Like when cars first came out, everybody didn't just get a car. Part of the reason was they were expensive, but also the infrastructure wasn't there. When cars first came out, there wasn't a street light everywhere. Niggas is like, I'm finna ride the horse, bruh. You don't even got a license for that shit. Like, you have to slowly implement new technology into things and making sure that it's regulated correctly. I feel like these companies are getting bankrolled by the powers to be to use AI. Conspiracy theory. I mean, a lot of the top AI companies were sitting right behind the president of the United States at the inauguration. The guy that said America first was sitting right next to Jeff Bezos, that fucking government lizard Zuckerberg and his fucking ugly face. CEO of Oracle, Nvidia, all that shit. They was all sitting up there smiling. Why do you think that is? It feels so forced. It is, bruh. All they had to do was increase wages, but instead rather use AI because motherfuckers want to just... That I'll never understand. Like, how much money do you need, you know? As long as I can pay my bills and I got a little bit extra left over to do something fun on the weekend, I'm cool. Like, how much money do you need? You need another yacht, dude. Jeff Bezos just had a $50 million wedding. I don't care. Yo, shout out to Eve Evanly. There's other ways in life to be rich, guys. Shout out to Heavenly Father. There's a reason why these people who have all these money are such miserable people. Because, like I said, there's other ways in life to be rich. And money buys security. Don't ever let nobody finesse you out of a bag. Money does buy security, but it is true that money does not buy happiness. That's why I think that phrase needs to be changed to, it doesn't buy happiness, but it does buy security. After you got your security, then you work on your network. That's where your happiness comes from. Security and convenience type shit. What do I think of the Battlefield BR? I'm not playing games right now. I haven't played it. You don't want to play AI games? I do not, bro. I do not. LOL. Wow, so sad. We're so intelligent as humans, but we're going to end up being so behind. The unfortunate thing about reality that I've realized as I've gotten older is some of the smartest people on earth are also some of the dumbest people. Very book smart. They understand the ones and the zeros, but they don't understand basic human common knowledge type shit. Street smart type shit. Like, if you do this, it's going to do that. They only are worried about progressing the book smart stuff. Shout out to Afro Sparta, and there has to be some type of balance. Some people are just too smart for themselves. Just don't... motherfuckers, just like I said, some of the dumbest people I ever met are smart. I'm rich in skepticism. The way Grok's being spammed on Twitter was generally made me lose hope in society. Yeah. Like, somebody could tweet out the sky is blue and somebody will reply to you at Grok, is this true? Can you explain? And they be dead ass serious, bro. It's getting rid of critical thinking. Like, bro, just walk outside.
Since super chats are just a known form of glazing, that means for every donation TBH gets, I get the chance to glaze.
Shout out to Q the Sage with the super chat.
Green eyes.
Everyone is worried about making the most money. We've lost the plot.
I agree.
Included.
I agree, Q the Sage. I already know about that article, Mr. Nobody. It's a Netflix show that got announced about Crash Bandicoot. I don't give a fuck about no Crash Bandicoot. You said Skate is an AI game. Is it conspiracy time? There's no way to prove that, but I'm gonna be honest. If news comes out that Skate was heavily developed with AI, I wouldn't be surprised. It kind of has that art, like the Skate art. Like, where's that video at? The art in Skate does look like a more vibrant version of the art in this AI game right here that was going viral. Skate does look like a more vibrant version of this shit. So if news came out that it was made with AI, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't. Doesn't mean it's true, but I'm saying I wouldn't be shocked if it came out to be true. Kojima talked about AI and social media turning everyone into bots, doing the same thing. Yeah, and it's getting rid of creativity, because the problem with AI is it's a technology designed to optimize. The problem with creating a technology built around just optimizing for a certain thing is then it removes the creativity out of situations, right? First comes the process of creating something, then comes the process of optimizing said process. But you should also always be creating something new. And the problem with AI is you can throw a prompt into AI to try to figure out how to post a viral video to, say, TikTok. But the problem is the AI is going to base its formula based off of things that are working today. And if you keep doing that, it's always going to be based off of what's working in 2025. But in 2030, unless, I don't know. It just ruins creativity. It ruins creativity. There's no way to explain creativity. The robot can't fucking recreate that shit. The only thing I like about AI is the slander people make it with on NBA Twitter. It can't make up with anything new. Yeah, it needs data sets, basically. It needs data sets, bro. What else I got for you? Oh, Shigeru Miyamoto is confident Mario will be around for a very long time. It's incredible to think about how Super Mario has evolved since the early days back in the 80s, starting as simple as an incredibly intuitive 2D platformer. Mario has since developed the ability to fly, shoot water from flood, traverse the literal depths of space, and transform into completely different characters via an anthropomorphic hat known as Cappy. But of course, if Mario is to reach his 100th anniversary, he'll need to evolve even more. And that's exactly what his creator Miyamoto believes he'll do. Speaking in an interview with Special Nintendo Museum book to celebrate Nintendo's 40th anniversary, Miyamoto, alongside some other people at Nintendo, said that Mario will constantly evolve by incorporating new technology. We're now working in the visual fields like movies, but I want to make sure we keep it interactive and digital. As long as we don't forget Mario's prime point, running and jumping, as we find new things, I think Mario will be with us for a long time to come. Nintendo takes on unique challenges, and if new technology is interesting, I believe that by incorporating that technology, we can make that fun and expand and grow, like rolling up snow for a snowman. So I hope that you will continue to stick with us. I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like Miyamoto is the brainchild behind Mario, and he is getting up there. So I am curious to see. I'm curious to see what Nintendo is going to look like in the post Miyamoto. You know, I'm not wishing that upon anybody, but you know, we all have a finite amount of time on this earth. I am curious to see what post Miyamoto life is going to look like for Nintendo. I don't believe just because technology gets better, Mario is just going to get better. Like Miyamoto has had his hands on pretty much all the big Mario games, and that's what's made them so good. Yeah, post-retirement. I know it'll never happen, but I want to see Nintendo make Mario games with a more mature theme. That's not going to happen. I don't even, like, what would that even be about?
Shout out to that.
I literally can't even imagine that. What would a mature Mario be about? Shout out to Too Much Mario.
Last nigga for that, my nigga.
That's why we got to let the artist be the artist. What would a mature Mario look like? Just running around shooting niggas like Grand Theft Mushroom Kingdom? In Super Mario Sunshine 2 will be rated mature. And in Super Mario Sunshine 2, instead of using the flood to squirt and clean up messes, you got to use it to squirt Princess Peach and shit. You gotta squirt up her dress. Oh, you like that, baby? Like, that's what it's gonna be like. What are you talking about? Like, I don't think I want to play that game, bro. In Luigi's Mansion 5, you got to use the fucking ghost sucker to suck up somebody's ass. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Because Mario gonna be unemployed trying to steal shit. The Godfather of Mario. Now we won't be doing that. We just friends. Yeah, Princess Peach did friends on that nigga. Did friends. What else I got for you? Oh, this came across my timeline. A new game got announced called Loulan The Cursed Sand, coming to PS5 and PC. It was part of PlayStation's China Hero project. It's in development by Chili Room. Core team member are veterans from Sony Santa Monica, so God of War, From Software, Elden Ring, and Platinum Games, which just recently came out with Ninja Gaiden. Isometric action RPG set alongside the ancient Silk Road. Plays the Cursed Sand, a skeleton warrior and a royal guard resurrected after death, wielding the power of a sand as he embarks on a tragic journey. You get to switch between bone and sand forms, one against many melee battles, terrain design, blah, blah, blah. Let's look at the trailer. What this shit hitting for? Let's see. Oh, God of War Des. Let me check it out. Oh my God. I don't know about this camera, though. I'm always sus about these cameras. But the art design and the graphics look good, though. Yeah, it's a Chinese studio. You got to keep in mind, we've talked about it on the podcast because I get where you're going with it. How is it a Chinese studio if it's former developers from God of War and Elden Ring? You got to keep in mind, we talked about this on the podcast. Ethos brought this up like 5 years ago. A lot of your favorite studios outsource busy work to China. So like they might be working on X, Y, and Z, and then things that they don't have time to work on, they'll outsource it to talent in China. And it's a lot of times it's in the credit. So what's happening is, and the reason why you're seeing so many Chinese studios pop up is a lot of the talent that was outsourcing for Blizzard or some of these bigger studios like Sony Santa Monica or From Software, they're saying, hey, we now have developed the skills and the talent, and we want to go and do our own thing. And now we're forming our own studios. So that's how these studios are coming from China, but they also worked with these other big Western studios. They're spreading their wings, basically. Didn't you go over this in Black Myth Wukong? Yeah. Yeah, China on a Miles Morales shit. I'll do my own thing. It looks okay. I would keep an eye on this one. This one looks okay. It does have that old God of War style. It's crazy because it says coming soon. Maybe 2026. And then last but not least, Monster Girl, aka the Hulk, and Robot are coming to Invincible versus. New trailer.
I've calculated our relative strengths, and I'm afraid you won't win this one.
Everyone who fights me
Regrets it sooner or later.
This will hurt.
You know, so I see what you said in the chat, Tiny. Tiny said, China now requires influencers to hold a degree in topics they discuss. America next, please. I saw that and I feel conflicted about that because I've seen a lot of people cheering that on, and like it could be good. It could be good, but then also could be actually very bad, because you have to keep in mind, for the longest time, doctors thought that if you put leeches on your skin, that would heal you. Someone had to come along the line. Somewhere along the I don't agree. That's what I'm saying. I mostly don't agree with that shit. Somewhere along the line, somebody put some shit under a microscope and they said, hey, I think there's this thing like bacteria. Maybe we should like clean it or something. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, innovation only comes through imagination and just critical thinking. So like, if we only base opinions based off the current data set, nothing will ever evolve. Because even today, there's certain science or ideas that seem great until something better comes along. We didn't know we needed a car until we got one. We didn't know we needed a light bulb until we got one. It's a slippery slope. I get why they're implementing it, because there's a lot of misinformation going around. So it's like, I don't want to say that it was a bad intention, but I do think it'll end up being bad. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't. Unfortunately, with great power comes great responsibility, to quote Uncle Ben's Rice. You gotta, in order to get the genius shit, you gotta let the stupid shit fly too.
Incoming. I warn you.
Yeah, for the longest time, nobody washed their hands.
I can help. Improve yourself.
That's your present. You'll like it.
Full power.
Shit.
Do not move. I warned you. As close as we've become, I can make no exceptions for you.
and I'm gonna kick.
If you don't know history, you're doomed to repeat itself. Yeah, I think the real solution is, and I think the real conversation is, instead of trying to say you need a degree to talk about X, Y, and Z, I think the real conversation we need to have is why it feels like, I can't speak for the rest of the world, but I do feel like here in the United States, people live in two different realities. There's the MAGA reality, and then there's actual reality. Yo, shout out to Krasy. And like, I do feel like people got to start calling out stupid shit more. Like, people have become too complacent in people's stupidity, and it's allowed them to build confidence. And then these niggas get microphones, they get followings, and now you can't tell them anything. I feel like we as people have not done enough. Like, yo, there is such thing as like abuse in terms of like bullying and stuff like that. But like, I do think it's important to call people fucking idiots. Like, you are a fucking idiot. That's okay. We're going to educate you on X, Y, and Z, but you don't need a microphone right now. But we've allowed the idiots to just do whatever, dude.
Kicked before.
And they've gotten confident.
Where you going? I'm just getting started. Coming through.
Yo, Robot kind of doing
Let's begin.
combos. Yeah, we need to shame people.
Just getting started.
My plan was not to hurt you, but I come prepared for any contingency.
Oh, she throwing hands too.
Oh, you did your best.
Yeah, there are other tiers of subs. Oh, there's a closed alpha in November. Oh, we gotta try that. November. Okay, we have to try that. They both look fire. This game looks fire to me, but I feel like it's releasing at a really bad time because Marvel Token and 2XKO are coming out. Gonna have a lot of competition. We've given comments in so much credit and stopped looking for good. No, matter of fact, I'll give you a recent example. A recent example of what I'm talking about when we don't call out stupidity, and this is why people have become too complacent. You have to understand. we can't get to where we want to go until change doesn't come from being comfortable. And unfortunately, there's a demographic in the United States that doesn't understand that because they benefit from privilege. You know which one I'm talking about. And they don't understand change will never come from fucking tweeting, bro. We got to start calling out bullshit and fighting the good fight. And an example I can give you is them niggas stood on television and said, hey, we just discovered that Tylenol gives kids autism. Now, Tylenol has been studied for a very long time and is universally agreed by every doctor in every goddamn country as one of the safest forms of medication for pregnant women. These niggas got on television and told the world Tylenol causes fucking autism. And nobody in that room in the press said, what is that based off of? Because it could be true. But my question is, what is that based off of? Do you have a study for us? Do you have some data? These niggas was just talking. I mean, he did it during COVID too. Hey, drink some bleach. Niggas is drinking bleach. Like, that's the problem, bro. That's the fucking problem, bro. Where are your sources? Niggas been taking Tylenol for years. So if you ask me, I don't think the thing China is doing is good. But people do need to start calling out the stupid shit again. But